What's up, ASL fans and coaches? I'm Susie.
Hey guys, Hutcher 322 here.
Three power rankings.
Yeah, because the master's in here, so I'm filling in for him.
A much better replacement if you can hear this, Demaster. Well, let's just go right into this with our lower rankings right now.
All right.
For those who have trouble seeing top writing, my picks are on the left, Hutch's are on the right.
Mhm.
Analysis for why we think each team is where they should be. And we hope that we make it very entertaining and don't bore you to death.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
So at my 14 spot, I have Gustavo and the Royal Guard of War. Gustavo's not had that great of a season so far. He's 0-3 currently and just got 5-0'd by Brad. To be honest, I think he felt like he was outmatched the whole battle. And I don't want to say his prep wasn't there, but I feel like everyone so far this season might have been rushed by Brad because Brad tries to battle like every first day of the week, which definitely gives him an advantage because he gets some extensive prep in. And a lot of people, I think, don't really get their prep fully where they want it to be. So I think Gustavo could really turn the season around with some free agent transactions and maybe just getting used to his team a little better.
Yeah. So my 14, I have Gustavo at a similar spot, but I actually have Malone at number 14. And the reason I put Malone at number 14 is because his draft is so ridiculously good, and yet he is still not winning. He's not doing well. He's 0-3. He's has a very, very low differential. He's been getting killed every week. Actually, no, he only got killed 1 week, but still, um, his team is too good to be losing, and he has played some good teams, but still, you gotta get some wins. So yeah.
Very true. At 13, I got Inaria and the Nightmare Nido Kings. Inaria had a tough matchup this week, having to play TG. And so far this season, nobody's really had. He's pretty much beat every opponent with ease. So it's kind of hard to gauge how well Inaria played this battle. Inaria deserved to be bumped up one spot, and I definitely think Inaria is going to turn the season around a little bit.
All right. So yeah, I put Gustavo at 13 for similar reasons. Like, I don't really like his draft. His draft is honestly crap in my opinion. It's not that
True.
good. His team buildup is doesn't make sense for the most part, and he still manages to play okay in games. But like his team is just not good, and if you don't have a good team, you're not gonna do well. Bottom line, it comes drafting before anything, and then prepping and playing. But like his team is just not that great, and it doesn't have a lot of like versatility in what it can do.
Yeah, Gustavo's definitely tried to change his team makeup a little bit. He's made two transactions, I believe, and it was a week 3 or week 4.
I think it
I
was
believe it
week
was
three.
week 3.
Yeah.
But to keep with that theme and continue to make more transactions until he builds a more viable roster.
Mhm.
The reason I have Malone here, despite his enormous struggles, I mean, his differential is just absolutely horrid. Oh, God, Malone, that's bad. Well, the reason I have Malone at 12 is he has such a good draft. I think he could still turn it around, and he could beat anyone any given week just because his draft is that good. Hut is kind of bad that he struggled so much with such an elite draft.
I have no switch-ins to Hydreigon, Kyurem, and sometimes Megalopony. That's my reasoning.
But same time, I got some faith in Malone. Maybe it's going to be a reverse of last season where he starts off bad and does really good at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if he does that, he'll make playoffs. So, Nightmare Nido King at 12, and I put a Nario at 12 because while he isn't doing the greatest this year, His team's good, and I've seen him do so well in the past. Season one, I played him first round in the playoffs. I won that game, but he still had a pretty solid record, made it to the playoffs. Season two, he played the first 4 games, went 3-1, and I've seen him do great in the past, but he's just not doing great this year. So I can't put him that low, but I have to put him down low because he's 0-3. So yeah.
Rocker, you're gonna hate Hutch for this. I tried to help you out another time. Just gonna say, number 11, I had to put the next winless team Ghost here. Ghost, I mean, how his schedule's been the toughest in the league probably at this point.
Yeah,
But at the same
cause
time, you got to pick up wins one way or another. And Ghost is 0-3 at this point. Uh, I think Ghost is definitely gonna turn it around. Just he's a very good battler, and I know he doesn't like his draft at all. Like, period. I think he hates his draft with a passion. But if he can find a way to unload his mega and build a team that he likes, I think he's gonna really be the turnaround story this season.
yeah, fair enough. All right, so I had Rocker at 11 just because, well, he, I mean, I've seen it. I have to go based on how I see them play now and how I see them play in the past. And like back in like a year ago, Rocker had solid records, but as of late, Rocker has not played well. Like in ASL, um, all time, I think he's only picked up like 3 or 4 wins, or 5 wins or something like that
Is that true, Rocker?
over the course of 3 seasons. And 2 of those wins were only in the playoffs of a consolation bracket. Because last season he did not win a single game. Shadow won all the games. I mean, his team is okay, but he does not have a ghost resist or dark resist. So, like, Mega
Do
Sableye
a
kind of
trade for
runs through his
Umbreon,
team,
Rocker.
but yeah, if he would scoop up Umbreon, that would be nice. But Static has it. But yeah, he just needs to get a ghost and dark resist, or else teams are just gonna run through him.
Hutch, are you here? Oh, fuck my mic. Hutch, are you
Well,
here?
we go to the bottom mid tier now, and I have the Florida Floatzuls here, or as Demaster calls
Discommuted
them, the
or
Florida
just not
Floettes.
talking?
And my reason for having them right here is Rocker played pretty good this week, pretty well, and he only lost a.
Is he there? You there, Susie? Susie. Hello. Susie, you there?
Uh, Laurie played a really good battle. I was just praying she wouldn't bring Shaman and Suicune because I knew they just destroyed my team as
Mhm.
she should have, thanks to the team matchup. Laurie played really well and really played well these last 2 weeks, and I know that I have had an easy schedule so far. So since I lost the game off a dumb mistake, I thought that it was appropriate to drop myself so many spots.
Okay, so are we on number 9, right?
You can do 10. I didn't do yours.
Okay. So to number 10 we have the Keldeo Hub Resolutes, which you had at 9, but I put them at 10 just because their draft I actually think is a really good draft, It covers a lot of weaknesses. Although Ghost doesn't like the draft, it can definitely scoop up some wins. Um, but Ghost hasn't been losing by that much. His games have been rather close. But yeah, like you said, you got to pick up W's some way, somehow. So, yeah. Did you already do 9?
I did my 9 and my 10.
Okay, so then I put myself at number 9 just because the people before me, I lost to Laurie, even though that game was really close. And it came down to her bringing in Tyranitar to chip down my Victini with sand. That's literally the only reason that I lost. And Ian, the Arcane Arcanines, which I think have a much better team than me and have overall, I think, been playing better than me. So I'm putting myself at 9 until I play Ian in week 4, which is going to be a tough game, not going to lie. So, yeah. Go ahead and do number 8.
Number 8, another one of the big droppers is Ian and the Arcane Arcaniners. Ian could be in the best position out of anyone in this league, that besides those who have a winning record, obviously, because he already has had a very tough schedule. He's had to battle battlers such as Demaster, Keister, also, who was his last battle, and Ghost. Those are 3 very good battlers, and he's gotten those out of the way. He's only 1 and 2, but many people here still agree that he is the best draft in the league, and he is one of the best battlers.
Yeah.
Uh, in the bottom of the ranking is very long. He's definitely going to rise up soon.
Yeah. So, again, I put Ian at number 8 just because his team is good, although he's 1 and 2. That's why he got significantly dropped this week. He's just been playing good teams, so he could definitely bounce back easily because his team is ridiculous. He got Garchomp 6th round. Like, that's unheard of.
Number 7, I put Hutch underscore 03 underscore 22 here. Back at y'all with another video. And the reason I put Hutch here is Hutch is coming off an impressive win where he beat Ghost, I believe, 3-0. He's a pretty good draft, and he's a battler that we've all seen do good in the past. So we all know he's going to continue to battle.
Yeah. Okay, so then I have the Netherlandians. Next, well, Laurie's differential is pretty sucky. It's for one reason. Just simply because she got 6-0 due to unbelievable hacks. So I can't put it that low, but still the differential's low and she's got to get it up in some way. And her matches are being way too close to get that differential up efficiently.
Well,
So,
this season. Fair point.
yeah. So moving on to 6 through 3. Go ahead
The
and
upper
Susie,
mid
start it
tier,
off.
guys. So here we agreed for one of the first times in life.
Oh my
We have
God.
Static here at 6. And Static's after a really weak week 1 showing where TG just exposed him, I guess, in a lot of ways, to very solid wins over Gustavo and Malone. While they haven't had the strongest of years performances so far this year, he handled them very easily and has great differential to show for it. I think he's starting to get used to his team a little bit better, and he made a playoffs last year, so we expect him to do really well this year again.
Yeah. So yeah, I also have Static there, and Static's team is very, very threatening. He has a Zygarde 50%, Megazam, Crobat, Conkeldurr, Rotom Heat, Clefable, and that are just his tier A threats. And we've seen how well Zygarde 50% does in the past. He's also got a 2-1 record, and his team just works so well together. And he could really bring any of his mons and have it be effective. And that's so scary if you're prepping for a team like that and they could just bring anything and it's literally going to destroy your team. Very scary. So Static has a great team, and like you said, we've seen him do very well in the past. He went 9-3 last season, and yeah, he's looking to make another playoff run.
Here's our biggest disagreement, I guess. I have Laurie here at 5. He has me at 5. I had myself at 9, and he had Laurie at 7. So the reason I have Laurie so high up is because her one loss was acts were so bad we couldn't really tell how well she played. And then after that, she's come back with very solid performances, beating Hutch and myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked her team composition. I really like the idea of Sand Mega Glade. She's a very good battler.
Yeah, we've seen her do very well in the past again. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about you now because you were at the number 5 spot, the Utah Hoots, and I put them at the number 5 spot just because while they did lose to Laurie, they won 2 back-to-back 4-0 games. So while they weren't against the best opponents, it's still 4-0s nonetheless. And I really like their team build up. It synergizes very, very well together. So they can make a very, very strong playoff run either now or towards the end of the season as long as they keep pace.
So another agreement here. Brad continues to win. Brad's team, you'll know, is one of the weaker drafts, and he intentionally did this. He had a great performance this week, 5-0ing Gustavo, and he continues bringing really fun sets and having really thorough prep. Being in the top 3 of these rankings within the next 3 weeks, I think it's hard to question me with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. The fact that Brad basically has all UU and below team, if you want to count Mega Obama Snow at OU, fine. But he uses an all UU and below team for the most part, and it's working out pretty well for him. He, like you said, brings pretty good sets. He's utilizing his top tier threats very, very well, and yeah, I'm pretty sure Togekiss got like 5 kills in that match. He's just set up nasty plots and won. So very, very good using his first overall pick, and we saw him get the best record last season, 10-2, and yeah, it's hard to put him any lower when we've seen him do that good in the past.
Number 3, we have one of the weakest performances of the week in Demaster. He battled his good old friend Rocker Boy Gaming 317, I believe. Shout out to him. Made some very, very bad misplays, such as protecting on an obvious Z move, where I'm sure everyone watching was screaming, "Do not click protect." He's going for the speed boost. It shouldn't have been as close to the battle, just frankly. I mean, he has a very good team, and he's battled very well against top-tier battlers. And he wins just 1-0. Both of them made a handful of misplays at the end of the game. And at one point, we thought it was over when it was Vikavolt versus Nihiligo. But Nihiligo did not have Power Gym, and I believe it was Assault Vest Vikavolt. So that made it pretty exciting. I really like the Masters team still, and he's battling pretty well, but he can't keep making dumb mistakes like that if he wants to continue winning games.
Yeah. Demaster, his team is insane. He has a Mega Sharpedo, which is the kill leader. He has a Bulu Tran. He has a Latios. He has, like you said, a Vikavolt, which is very threatening. And his team is just ridiculous. His team is so hard to beat down. It's so hard to take hits from. His team is so versatile. And like I said, Mega Sharpedo is 11-2. It's carrying him through the season. But yeah, he didn't play Rocker the greatest as he's played the first 2 weeks. But still, nonetheless, he's number 3 spot just because his team is so solid. In the first 2 weeks, he played very well.
We get to the rankings everyone wants to see right here.
Oh yeah, and we agree.
This is so pretty hard though, because as well as TG has played, at the same time I've had Keister number 1 on my rankings the whole season, and I can just not justify dropping him until TG either 6-0 a top battler. They're both playing just insane right now. I don't see a way where anyone can beat these teams currently. That's the high of a level they're playing right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone in his path. I don't think he is lower than a 4-0 so far this season. He's had a pretty hard schedule too, which is just absolutely ludicrous. Uh, TG, I believe last year a lot of people didn't think his draft was top tier. He has an elite draft this year, and he's really showing what he can do with one.
Yeah.
I believe is about.
Yeah, like you said about TG having not a good draft last year. So he had like in some people's eyes, it was literally the worst draft of anyone. And he went to the championship. So if that tells you anything about him having a good team, he'll win it this year. That's
Definitely.
but we have Keister here, which Keister's team is unbelievably ridiculous. So we'll hop into Keister in a minute, but yeah, TG's playing very, very well. He hasn't made that many misplays, and he's prepping very, very well. So go ahead and talk about the number 1 spot.
Number 1, we got Keister, the real Cam, as many people call him here in this league. Keister has an absolutely insane draft. Many people are on calling his or Ian's the best draft in the league. I believe Keister's was better. And I think he's really showing the league how good he can be with an elite draft. Last season, I believe he was disappointed with his performance.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, he's really came back with an insane draft, and he's played phenomenal. I really like, I guess, his schedule toughness as well. He's won some pretty tough games so far. And I think he still has to play a bunch of the lower ranked teams so far this season. So being 3-0 so far with a bunch of pretty good battlers is pretty impressive.
Hutch, are you here?
One sec.
Hutch? No?
Here, I'll talk.
Oh, okay.
I'll address that in a minute. Okay. So, the Phoenix Flygrounds are at the number 1 spot, and I put them there because their team is so good. If you can have a Celesteela make a Venusaur core, please let me know a typing that beats down both those typings. It doesn't exist, by the way. So the core is just ridiculous, and then you throw on stuff like Manaphy, you throw on stuff like Emboar, and the team just gets so hard to prep for. It's like, how do you kill this thing? You have to dedicate like 2 mons to it, then you have to dedicate like these mons to switching in, and then you're missing everything in between. So it's very hard. It's very, very difficult to beat down Keisha's team, and I'm really, really curious to see which team actually comes out on top over the Phoenix Flygrounds.
That's going to be definitely an amazing battle. I think that TG is probably a better prepper and battler, just slightly, but Keister's definitely got a better team.
Yeah, I'm gonna be curious to see the outcome of that game. I don't even know what week it is, but it's some week. All right, so if you want to go ahead and do the outro, and we'll wrap this up.
Well, that's our power rankings for week 3, guys. Thank you for spending around 15, 20 minutes, I'm guessing, with us. And I hope we didn't bore you to death, and I hope you learned a lot about our stance on what teams we think are doing well so far this season in the ASL.
Yeah. All right, so I gotta go because I gotta go talk to the person I was saying, Hutch, are you here? And so we're gonna see you guys next time, and goodbye.